Hello and welcome to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. I am Olajide Bello, and you can follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live or on our social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. The resumption of a Senate plenary earlier scheduled for Tuesday, 14th of March 2023 has been postponed to Tuesday, the 21st of March 2023. A statement by a clerk of the Senate, Chinedu Akobweze, announced that the shift in date is to enable the members of the Senate to take active part in the rescheduled governorship elections across the state. The idea of the Foreign Service being a big family came to bear when the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Jeffrey Yama, honored 110 of its retired staff, including those who retired between 2019 to 2022. Garba Natala reports it was a vibrant get-together which recognized the unity that exists in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
One after the other, the retirees were presented awards by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Owing to their contribution to national development while in service, the Foreign Affairs Ministry deemed it fit to recognize their contribution to national development, as most of them spend their career life overseas, while others at home.
Always be hopeful and available. When I retired and I came back to Nigeria, I was hoping to just relax and put my leg up after 30 years of hard work. And then suddenly I found myself, thrown in to come and join you guys here, for 6 years.
Equally, the ministry paid a tribute to those that passed on after their retirement and urged those still in service to work hard and exhibit professionalism and excellence in the discharge of their duties. Some of the celebrants say their dedication, hard work, perseverance, and selflessness has paid off.
3 years afterwards, the ministry remembered and called me for. I feel elated. I feel fulfilled that the 35 years in service, though not all of them were spent in foreign affairs, has been recognized.
My candid advice for those officers who are leaving behind is to dedicate themselves to this service, the foreign service, which is highly elitist in nature, and then there should be decorum and fairness in all the things and in their conduct.
110 retired staff who retired between 2019 and 2022 were honored by the ministry. In Abuja, Garba Muhammad Atala, NTA News.
Bureau of Statistics has released figures depicting the phase of Nigeria's foreign trade in the fourth quarter of 2022. Details with Musa Babaliu.
The latest figures released by the National Bureau of Statistics show that Nigeria's total trade stood at 11.722 billion naira in the fourth quarter of 2022. During the period under review, Nigeria exported goods worth more than 6.359 billion naira, while import goods stood at 5.362 billion naira. This therefore indicated that total exports increased in the fourth quarter by 7.17% when compared to the amount recorded in the third quarter of 2022. Meanwhile, total imports declined by 15.46% in the fourth quarter of 2022 compared to the value recorded in the third quarter of 2022. Spain was Nigeria's top export destination during the quarter under review, with the highest volume of export trade valued at 607.17 billion naira. This was followed by the Netherlands, India, France and Indonesia. The five countries collectively accounted for 41.59% of the total value of exports in the fourth quarter of 2022. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Bauchi State Government has reaffirmed its commitment to providing a level playing ground for all political parties in the state. Governor Bala Muhammad gave the assurance while declaring open a one-day zonal sensitization on election violence organized by the African Union Development Agency, AUDA, and the new Partnership for African Development, NEPAD, held in Bauchi. Muhazu Hassan reports.
Represented by his deputy, Senator Babatela, the governor expressed concern over the crisis experienced during election, which led to loss of lives and property, and stressed the need for all hands to be on deck to check the negative trend. He commended UDA and NEPAD for their foresight in organizing the event, which he described as timely, considering the fact that the general election is fast approaching. He also charged politicians not to take politics as do-or-die affairs and always accept election results in good faith in the interest of the country's democracy.
Electoral violence has been a recurring problem and threat to achieving democracy and good governance in Nigeria and Africa at large.
As you may be aware, African Union Development Agency, one of its 5 pillars is to promote democracy and good governance in Nigeria and Africa at large.
I know that each one of us is so critical in ensuring that we have a violence-free election. No development will thrive where there is rancor, dissension, and conflict.
The occasion was attended by political parties, security agents, civil society organizations, anti-graft agencies, INEC, and media organizations from 6 states of the Northeast region.
The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure is set to further enhance the development of indigenous skills for advanced industrialization in the country, says the Executive Vice Chairman of the agency, Professor Muhammad Umar, who made this known during a 3-day capacity building training for engineers and scientists in Akure, Ondo State. Abiola Rio reports.
The National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, by its mandate and scope of operation, is designed to conduct developmental work in the areas of manufacturing that Nigeria can derive benefits of a rapid technological development. No doubt, its members needed to be fortified with required knowledge in tandem with world best practices. The Executive Vice Chairman Naseni, Professor Haruna, said the capacity building training will refresh their knowledge towards finding solutions to challenges of industrialization in Nigeria.
Even what you do is difficult. If you are calm and patient, you will learn what you know from different perspectives.
Participants were drilled in areas they could deploy to advance technological growth.
How to optimize cost of doing things and management, strategic policy that is aligned with policy, aligned with available technology, so that this country of ours will be one of the best.
AI can actually help us to make informed decisions, to actually do language processing, knowledge acquisition.
We will get the benefit of doing things right, of doing things collectively, of doing things by best practices.
Some of the participants expressed optimism that the training had further positioned them for improved performance.
The way in which we can move forward in our research and development. And I learned again how to relate with my people when I get back home.
How we can manage our project, how we can be able to execute the project, and also at the same time having a teamwork.
The scientists and engineers were drawn from across the country. In Akure, Abiola Hario, NTA News.
In preparation for the 2023 Population and Housing Census, the National Population Commission has commenced training of controllers in local governments across the Federation. The 3-day training is organized for controllers in Delta and Edo states. Onye Joshua Ifeanyi reports.
The NPC Federal Commissioner for Delta State would focus on the critical aspects of the 2023 Population and Housing Census and the controller's role in the census. Odibo, who was represented by the State Director of the NPC, Patrick Lotobi, noted that the controllers will be skills needed during the exercise to enable them function effectively.
The conduct of this training workshop for the National Population Commission controllers, therefore, underscores the determination, commitment, and readiness of the Commission to deliver on a clean and accountable process that will lead to the conduct of a credible and reliable census 2023.
For his part, the NPC director, Edo State, Ayodele Okie, said the training, which was practical-oriented, would focus on specific tasks and skills the local government controllers need to execute their assignments.
We also pray that as we go into this final phase of the census activity program, God will protect the controllers and indeed all census functionaries for this arduous task that is ahead of us.
Other speakers explained that the participants following the training would have their knowledge expanded to enable them manage enumerators and facilitators in their areas. The training with the team, concept notes on training of local government controllers on critical process featured lectures by resource persons and an interactive session. Onyinye, Joshua Ifeanyi, NTA News.
And Nationwide continues in Lagos with Adiola. Adiola, over to you.
Thank you, Olajide. Political activities must be based on issues that affect the socio-economic well-being of any given society rather than promoting ethnic sentiments capable of disuniting the populace. Lagos State Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, stated this at a media interactive forum. Most has the details.
The Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Gbenga Omotosho, stressed that there was no ethnic laws required when the Independent National Electoral Commission gave the nod for the registration of political parties in the country. He therefore took a swipe at some politicians who are playing tribal cards to whip up sentiments ahead of the governorship election.
For anybody to come and put infrastructure in place for about 25 million people, to come and see how 25 million people can continue to cohabit as brothers and sisters, and to make them proud to be called Lagosians.
Mr. Omotosho also set the record straight on the operation of the Blue Line rail system while expressing confidence that the All Progressives Congress will surmount the challenges identified during the presidential election when the governorship and state elections get underway on Saturday 18 this year.
If it's not ready, it's not going to be commissioned now. It's been commissioned. Even you will remember that before the president came, when we finished the infrastructure, everything, that when we put the boats and all together, we called you guys to come and see, and we said we were celebrating the completion of the infrastructure.
The commissioner hinted that security has been intensified to curb any form of violence aimed at disrupting the forthcoming elections across the metropolis. In Lagos, Musa Toliad, NTA News.
The dictum that no election should be a do-or-die affair but a platform for healthy competition seems to be losing its vital meaning among some Nigerians, as seen after the first lap of the 2023 general elections. This is because the once cordial relationship among people is now being threatened by political differences, ideology, and even religion. In this special report, Michael Olaleye sought to know what should be the right attitude to elections as Nigerians prepare for governorship and Houses of Assembly polls.
It is the electioneering season and a time when opinions invariably differ and usually divided either in favor or against a particular party or individuals. From the electorate, however, healthy debate devoid of provocation is expected to be the norms, but the emotion put into the 2023 general elections is making some people to cross the caution lines. He narrates a scenario on a social media group platform and how issues revolving around the election almost tore the membership apart.
It was very explosive until the admin had to ban all forms of political discussion on the platform for temper to cool down. Then after that, there was a kind of, appeal that what we are ultimately striving to achieve is the progress of Nigeria, irrespective of whichever tribe that each person belongs to.
The social media seems to be the active force for driving these sentiments, with some users supporting their opinions with religious claim and ethnicity.
Don't allow yourself to be used to truncate proper
sane processes.
In the face of this ugly scenario, what then should be the role of the citizens in entrenching peaceful atmosphere?
Election is not do or die. It doesn't matter whether the person is a Muslim or a Christian or other religion. As long as Nigerian come, we think Nigeria. We need to begin to reorientate our people's mind to think Nigeria. Nigeria first, before any other thing.
Stakeholders in the Nigeria project want the citizens not to allow issues like election divide their common aspiration for a prosperous and virile nation. In Lagos, Michael Alale, NTA News.
And those are the stories for now from the Center of Excellence. Nationwide, we'll continue with Salamatu in Kaduna after this break, but do not forget that you can still follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on the screen for updates. To stay, we shall be right back.
The new join us here in Kaduna on Nationwide. In Kano, 16 persons are confirmed to have died as a result of diphtheria disease within the last 9 months. Health authorities says there is no cause for alarm as the disease is under control. State epidemiologist Dr. Abdullahi Isa Kauramata stated this while updating NTA on the state of the disease in Kano. Aminu Umar completes this report.
Diphtheria is a reimagined disease that was stunted as a result of immunization. It, however, resurfaced in Nigeria last year in so many states of the Federation. In Kano, the first suspected case was recorded in July 2022, which was confirmed early December. Health authorities also confirmed the reported cases in 28 local government areas of the state, which was, however, contained with collaboration between the state and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control.
People need to know that the death is something that, like I said, occurred over these 5 months. And diphtheria is a vaccine-preventable disease, and we've been trying now to ensure we do what we call reactive vaccination and routine immunization intensification campaign.
With one testing center at Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital and working towards having more, through the support of NCDC, the state is receiving more reports as a result of demand created following intense awareness creation. The state epidemiologist Abdullahi Isa said, as a vaccine-preventable disease, government is invigorating its immunization campaign, and the vaccines are available in all the health facilities across the state. In Kano, Aminu Umar, NTA News.
And from Kano, we move to Jigawa as Jigawa State and Local Government Contributory Pension Scheme have commenced the payment of more than 1.7 billion naira to 707 retired civil servants in the state. Awal Muhammad Kazauri has the details.
The terminal benefits are of 3 categories: state, local government, and local education authority. The executive secretary, State and Local Government Contributory Pension Scheme, Kamilu Aliu Musa, says the exercise will include retirement benefit, death pension balance, and a refund of 8% contribution amounting to 1.7 billion naira.
The total number of retirees across the 3 units is 707, and the amount to be paid is 1,764,637,309 naira 48 kobo.
Kamilu Aliu Musa appreciated the effort of the state governor Muhammad Badaru Abubakar for his commitment to promoting the activities of the pension scheme. The scheme, he further noted, has succeeded in the payment of more than 9 billion naira as terminal benefit from January to December last year to 1,742 retirees, and the sum of over 5 billion naira as monthly pension to beneficiaries across the state. Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
And that is it from Kaduna on Nationwide. Olajide, take it from here. Good evening.
Many thanks, Alamat. Moving on, Governor Aminu Bello Masari of Katsina State has received a formal report from the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into incidents of banditry and killings in Bakori and Kankara local government areas of the state last month. The chairman of the commission, Justice Abbas Bawale, led other members to submit the report at the Government House, Katsina. Awal Haliru reports.
Katsina State Government set up the Judicial Commission of Inquiry in February this year to investigate the unfortunate incident of Bakori Kankara banditry attack and killings with terms of reference as contained in the instrument establishing the commission. After a 3-week mandate for carrying out the assignment, the commission reports its findings to Governor Aminu Bello Masari for further action.
The report, Your Excellency, has addressed the kind of reference given to us and made use of recommendations that will stand the test of time. And when implemented by the state, it will definitely resolve the measures of banditry and attacks and killings in the state. Our neighboring states, they also find useful in addressing the measures of Pacific and even the federal government.
Governor Masari says a committee will be set up to look into the report under the office of the Secretary to the government of the state for actionable recommendations.
We look at the remote causes and try to address them so that we don't have a repeat of what had happened. There is so far a relative peace in the state, with the exception of this Bakori incidents.
He assured that the white paper of the committee would assist the state government to significantly tackle such types of attack. Awal Haliru, NTA News.
Police tactical operatives in collaboration with vigilante groups have dislodged a terrorist camp at Mohai Forest in Safe local government area of Zamfara State, rescuing 14 kidnapped victims who had been in captivity for about 70 days. Rescued victims include 2 men, 7 women and 5 children who all hail from Angwa Mangro and Gidan Meidawa villages in Gusau local government area of the state were kidnapped on 1st January 2023 when the terrorists attacked the communities. In a statement issued by the spokesman for Zamfara State Police Command, SP Muhammad Shehu, the victims will be medically checked and debriefed before reuniting them with their families. Now, the Ogun State Police Command has arrested 5 members of a ritualist gang who have allegedly been exhuming corpses from graves and removing their parts for ritual purposes. A statement by the police public relations officer in Ogun State, Abimbola Oyemi, names the suspects to include Oshole Fayeme 60, Osemi Adesoya 39, Ismail Asaidu 30, Oseni Oluwasegun 69 and Lawal Olaya 50. Police says on interrogation the suspects made confessional statements that they were actually into the business of exhuming corpses from graves and that they used to sell parts of such corpses to their standby buyers who need them for money-making rituals. Meanwhile, Ogun State Police Commissioner Frank Mba has directed that the suspects be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for discreet investigation and possible prosecution. The Akwa Ibom Command of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has arrested 2 suspects for illegal bunkering and impounded 150 drums of PMS suspected to be illegally refined. Calvin Samuel reports.
Given the present economic situation in the country occasioned by hike in the price of petroleum product, which has affected the cost of most household items, patriotic Nigerians across board are joining hands with government to salvage the situation and restore the country to its glory days. However, there are still those who persist on carrying out activities capable of sabotaging the nation's economy through oil theft, pipeline vandalization, and similar criminal acts. This is why the NSCDC, which is an agency specifically saddled with the responsibility of providing adequate security of the nation's critical infrastructures, has vowed not to rest on its oars until such criminals are brought to book.
It's not going to be business as usual. We are determined to take the fight to the front line. We are not ready to step down so long as we remain in this command here. And we are begging the community who has any vital information to please come forward.
2 suspects, 5 engines, wooden boat, and a pumping machine are currently in the custody of the NSCDC for further investigation and possible prosecution. In Uyo, Kevin Samuel, NTA News.
The Nigeria Immigration Service has handed 11 Libya-bound human trafficking victims over to the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP, in Sokoto. A statement by the Nigeria Immigration Service Public Relations Officer Tony Akuneme indicates that the Comptroller of Immigration Ilela Border Command, Adorano Sabo, revealed this while transferring the victims to the Zonal Commandant of NAPTIP in Sokoto. The statement explains that the 11 victims, all women, were apprehended in Niger Republic on their way to Libya. The women were repatriated to Nigeria by the Niger Republic Police and handed over to the Nigeria Immigration Service and the Ilela Border Command. Akuneme further reveals that the young women are from different parts of the country and are aged between 19 and 37. He advises Nigerians to desist from undertaking such perilous journeys, noting that most victims end up being used for labor, exploitation, prostitution, or organ harvesting. Reactions have continued to trail the postponement of the governorship and state assembly elections earlier scheduled to hold on the 11th of March 2023. Yahanasi Hassan reports from Kano.
14 of them out of the 18 registered political parties under the banner of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, the umbrella body covering the nation's political parties, rose from a meeting with far-reaching decisions. The task ahead, the 18 March 2023 governorship and state assembly election, are enormous but surmountable, with all hands joined in unity and tenacity of purpose to build a better and greater Nigeria.
IPAC urges all stakeholders in the electoral process to please bear with the Commission as it puts its act together for the March 18, 2023 governorship and State House of Assembly elections, with the assurance that beavers will function properly and results uploaded to the INEC RV in real time. Nigerians and the international community expect free, fair, credible, transparent, inclusive, and peaceful gubernatorial and legislative elections.
IPAC is also urging INEC to justify the confidence Nigerians repose in it and improve on its performance in the disputed presidential and National Assembly polls.
Council urges security agents to sit up and be alive to their constitutional mandate to secure lives and property before, during, and after elections, so as to avert the violence and other security breach witnessed during the presidential election. Council further urges Nigerians to come out en masse and vote for their preferred political parties and ensure their votes count as in the overall interests of Nigerians.
The ballot is sacrosanct. The will and mandate of the people freely given to a political party must be respected. This is the beauty of election and representative governance. The era of vote buying and other irregularities that marred previous polls is over, IPAC re-emphasized. The success of the forthcoming governorship and legislative elections, the council noted, will be a giant step forward in the nation's march to national greatness, political stability, economic prosperity, and visionary leadership. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Well, sorry about that mix-up. That was actually a report on IPAC on the forthcoming elections by Timothy Yusuf. Moving on, various women groups in Yola South local government area of Adamawa State have promised to mobilize support for the victory of APC in Adamawa State ahead of the governorship election. They stated this during a solidarity visit to the APC governorship candidate in Adamawa State, Senator Aishatu Tahiru Ahmed Binani. Nafisatu Abdul Hamid Dembos reports.
Representatives of women groups from the 11 wards of Yola South local government area of Adamawa State to register their support and to assure Senator Aisha Tudairu Ahmed Binani of total commitment to sell her manifesto to the people of the state. While the women group said Senator Aisha Tudairu Ahmed Binani is the only candidate that will bring about the desired change in the state, the men also call on the people of the state to come out en masse on 18th March. Vote for Senator Aisha Tudairu Ahmed Binani to enable them have a life-changing experience.
The men will also give her necessary support to ensure her victory at the polls.
The APC governorship candidate Adamawa State, Senator Aisha Ahmed Binani, who expressed appreciation for the show of support, promised to ensure good governance if elected as governor. In Ula, Nafisa to Abdullah Dembos, NTA News.
Talk. Well, let's join Jenny now in Port Harcourt to keep us up to speed with happenings from that zone. Jenny.
Thank you, Lajidi. Good evening and welcome. Rivers State Governor Wike has directed the State Civil Service Commission to begin promotion processes of civil servants and also worker modalities for the employment of 10,000 youths into the civil service system. The governor gave the directive when he played host to the new Executive Council members of the Nigerian Labour Congress Rivers State Council at Government House, Port Harcourt. Ogedinyekere reports.
Leading the delegation is the new chairman of the NLC River State Council, Comrade Alex Agwanwo. They are in Cabinet House to present themselves to the leadership of the state and to also pledge their support towards promotion of harmonious working relationship between the state workforce and the government. They thank Governor Wike for the numerous projects executed in the state by his administration in prompt payment of salaries to civil servants.
There's nothing government cannot do for you if we have a good relationship. We have been paying pension and gratuities every month, not less than 3.something billion.
He, however, assures that now that the new leadership has realized the need for harmonious relationship, all the outstanding promotions and new employment into the civil service will be done soonest.
We're here to also familiarize with you, number one, also to tell you that we are in total support of everything your administration stands for.
Appeals for support for the PDP governorship candidate and his running mate as their own. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinyekere, NTA News.
Due to environmental and health concerns, there is growing advocacy to find alternatives to conventional electronic waste recycling methods when they aspire to achieve a safer environment. Chidebere Onya examines how the menace of end-of-life electronics, otherwise known as e-waste, can be curbed in Nigeria.
Decrease in lifespan of electronic devices and consumers' desire to keep up with advanced technology lead to obsolescence of such devices, resulting in an electronic waste generation. In most cities in Nigeria, old computers, television and handsets, as well as other electrical and electronic equipments, constitute heaps of electronic waste, which are usually disposed on roadsides, riverbanks, and swampy land. Waste management experts note that the dangers posed by improper disposal of e-waste on the environment ultimately have impact on humans. Harmful toxins such as lead and mercury find their way into the ground and surface water and can be absorbed by plants, which may also end up in animals and people.
The electronic waste contains a lot of hazardous substances, ranging from the heavy metals to also some brominated flame retardants. So most of these recyclers tend to recover most of these useful parts in an informal way, thereby impacting on the environment and also on the workers.
We have channels where these things can be properly disposed, and of course when we have created such channels, it will also help us to know how to manage those items in order to recycle them.
The United Nations Environmental Programme, also known as circular economy, recommends eco-friendly techniques of disposing electronic waste, such as recycling, smashing, and crushing. These safer methods are further compounded by what appear like a symbiotic relationship between electronic technicians and scrap collectors who keep discarded electronic parts in circulation.
We don't have this waste to wealth culture. If we have this waste to wealth culture, some of all these ICs and co, they can as well be recycled.
Observers reiterate the importance of enlightenment campaigns to educate citizens on proper ways of disposing electronic waste as a way of minimizing its effects on human health and the environment. In Port Harcourt, Chidiebere Onia, NTA News.
We'll now pause for a break. Nationwide will continue with Felicia and Jos in a moment.
Still on to Nationwide on the network service of the NTA. Welcome to Jos. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps Plateau State Command has paraded 11 suspects for economic sabotage. Grace Akwegotip reports that the suspects were arrested with more than 1.2 million fake naira notes and 600,000 fake dollar bills.
The suspects were arrested by the Corps Special Intelligence Squad. Out of the 11 suspects paraded, 9 were arrested in Gombe, Nasarawa, and Plateau states with fake currency of the newly redesigned naira notes, totaling 1,252,000 naira.
Commandant General's Special Intelligence Squad have been going around the country to ensure that those who are economic saboteurs in the country are apprehended and brought to book. And these people have just been arrested, like we can see they are paraded behind me here. We would make sure that they are paraded. After the parading, we will take them, charge them to court appropriately, and then they will be prosecuted.
Me with the 2,000 naira fake money. I do this business before for the fake money. When it's 290. By that time when you arrest me with more than 1 billion naira.
Also paraded are 2 suspected vandals arrested in Gwangwang area of Riyom local government area.
Collaboration with the special Operation Safe Haven here in Plateau State arrested 2 vandals who have vandalized a transformer in Riyom local government area.
The Corps encourage the public to provide useful information that will lead to the arrest and prosecution of economic saboteurs. In Jos, Grace Akwegotip, NTA News.
And to other news, the Industrial Training Fund has graduated 285 youths in solar installation, aluminium fabrication, tiling and laying of interlocking blocks, as well as integrated farming. Grace Akwegotip again has details.
Director General of the Industrial Training Fund, Joseph Ari, says, over the years, ITF has developed numerous skills intervention programs to promote entrepreneurship, wealth creation, to reduce youth restlessness, and also promote diversification of Nigerian economy in line with the federal government's policy, and therefore is specifically designed to breed a new generation of entrepreneurs. Governor Simon Lalong, represented by his deputy, Professor Sonitio, then tasked participants to make judicious use of the skills acquired in advancing their businesses.
The skills intervention programs implementation annually by the IPAC is one of the novel approaches which the rescue administration has used to reduce unemployment, the menace of drug addiction, and put poverty under check.
The beneficiaries appreciated ITF for empowering them.
What I've learned will not go in vain. And for ITF giving this opportunity is a very, very big plus to me. The area in which I ventured into, which is aluminium fabrication, will help me in becoming independent.
Highlights of the event were exhibition and cultural display by Plateau cultural troupe. In Jos, Grace Akwegotip, NTA News.
Those are the reports from Jos. Is back to Olajide in Abuja.
Many thanks, Felicia. And moving on, Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike has appealed to the Rivers State branch of the Technical Dealers Association of Nigeria to support his party just as they did in 2015 to ensure victory of the PDP in the state. Ogede Nyekwere reports.
of his quest to garner support for his party, Governor Wike intimated the people that he was among the governors that insisted that presidency should be zoned to the south and maintains his stance with his integrity group. The governor expresses surprise that people are peddling lies that he worked against the Labour Party presidential candidate. He reminded them that the Igbos have lived peacefully with Rivers people without any friction and urged them to support the PDP and disregard the misrepresentations in the social media and promised to relocate the Technical Dealers Association to Iriebe.
18th umbrella, 18th umbrella, 18th umbrella.
The president, Technical Dealers Association Port Harcourt, Chijoke Anodo, commended the administration of the PDP in the state for providing an enabling business environment in the state. He assures the governor of their support.
We have done well, that even a blind man can attest to that. We have not lost faith in you. If everybody lost faith in you, in River State, personally, I have not lost faith in you.
Governor Wike also interacted with the Phone and Computer Dealers Association at Garrison, as well as the Building Material Dealers Association in Mile 3, with the same appeal to them to support his party come March 18th. In Port Harcourt, Ogedinyekwere, NTA News.
The re-election bid of Governor Abdullahi Sule is getting more momentum as stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in Nasarawa West have organized a mega rally in Kefi to ensure the governor returns elected. Blessing Anfulani reports.
Huge gathering comprising of the young and old, men and women, as well as the All Progressives Congress stakeholders across Nasarawa West Zone has one goal, which is ensuring victory for Governor Abdullahi Sule on March 18th in order to consolidate on his achievements. APC stakeholders at the mega rally, including the party's national chairman, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, took turns to enumerate laudable achievements recorded by the governor in the areas of infrastructure, education, security, among others, hence the need to re-elect him.
Have decided to unite themselves and to go in one direction, to go massively for engineering today. In order to tell the world that we appreciate what His Excellency Engineer has done to the people of Nasarawa State and Western Nasarawa State in particular.
Here in Nasarawa Western Senatorial District, I have no doubt that Engineer Abdullahi Sule will make it for the second time. And why we're voting him is because of that transparency. It's because of that capacity that he has exhibited in leadership.
Irrespective of our differences in terms of religion, politics, tribe, and any other sentiments, we have made our resolve to vote massively for Engineer Abdullahi Sule.
God has used it to contain security situation, especially on senatorial.
They also called on the electorate to come out en masse and exercise their franchise. From Kefi, Blessing Fulani, NTA News.
Now let's talk about some weather matters. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has warned that the country will experience thunderstorms and other hazardous weather conditions as the rainy season commences. The agency cautions that the expected thunderstorms will be accompanied by turbulence, lightning strike, strong winds and heavy rainfall. NIMET says the weather conditions could pose significant threat to the safety of the lives and property and could also affect the aviation industry. However, NIMET assures pilots and airport users that it has installed weather monitoring systems and thunder detectors across the airports nationwide as a measure to mitigate the effect of thunder or the services of the aviation industry. Now let's join Bade Adele for the latest in the world of sports.
The Nigerian under-18 male handball team finished third in the under-18 category of the IHF Trophy Intercontinental Championship 2023 in Costa Rica after a slim 28-27 loss to Georgia Sunday morning. The Nigerian boys had a chance of winning the title and also qualifying for the IHF Under-20 World Championship, but the Georgians proved to be the brick wall. This is Nigeria's first defeat in the IHF Trophy Challenge since they lost against Chinese Taipei in Kosovo in 2019. And to football, Super Eagles defender William Troost-Ekong is set to be omitted from Nigeria's squad for the 2023 Africa Cup of Nations two-legged qualifiers against Guinea-Bissau. The on loan Watford centre-back is still recuperating from the injury he sustained in Salernitana's Serie A clash against Hellas Verona last month, with Super Eagles coach Jose Pesero, who is in Italy, to monitor some Nigerian players, confirming that the defender is not yet fit and has little chance of making his squad for the game against the Jotters. And finally, boxing promoter Eddie Earn has broken his silence on the poor ticket sales for Anthony Joshua's April 1 clash with Jermaine Franklin at the O2 Arena in London. Despite instantly selling out the 20,000-seater in the past, there are still thousands of tickets left less than 3 weeks to Joshua's upcoming bout. But Earn claims the arena will be packed out on fight night, putting the poor sales down to the fact that they haven't given out tickets to the undercard fighters. With Sports Update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
Nigeria's first female senator, Franca Afegbo, has died at the age of 80 years. In 1983, Afegbo shocked the political world when she was elected senator of the Federal Republic under the platform of the then National Party of Nigeria to represent Bendel North. With defeat, the floodgate of women venturing into partisan politics was thrown open. She noted that Afegbo became senator at a time when women inclusion in political process was largely unrecognized in Nigeria, describing her as a source of pride to the people of Edo State as well as to women all over the world. And that's it on Nationwide. Many thanks for being a part of it. Do join NTA in the campaign against rape and rapists. I am Olajide Bello.